Hi, this is Karen from Tarabiz Condado and clientmarketingsolutions.com. Over the last few weeks, we've had certain members of our clients here in Tenerife in Spain asking us about how to actually work out the correct IGIC or the correct Canarian VAT on their client invoicing. So I decided to do this live video and then our clients will have access to it rather than repeating it 101 times. And I also wanted to look for a formula that was easy for people to follow, and also for us to go back in our office in Tarabiz to check up, because it's not difficult, but you have to have the basic concepts, okay? So at the end of the day, why are we doing this? That we do check our client invoices when we do their accounts every month, but I'm aware that it's not every accountant that will do that. They will tend to just push the paper through, with all due respect, and that's why at the end of the day, I always say it's the client's responsibility, it's the client's personal responsibility to do the invoicing correctly. Why? Because if you don't do it correctly, and this is not scaremongering, if you don't do the client invoicing correctly, what will happen? You'll have two tax offices on your case. You can have the IGIC or the Canarian government tax office chasing you up, and you could also have the state tax office chasing up, because what we're saying is that neither of the taxes, neither of the concepts or the figures for the tax, either figures are correct. A lot of the times way people do it, because when you go about your pricing, I've got my little whiteboard here and I can actually look. Oh gosh, it almost worked out well. Trying to write things the other way around is not always easy. I will learn, I promise. But Facebook Live, it has that problem in that everything's inverted, so you see things the other way around. So I've tried to write the other way around. Well, I'll go through an example in a minute. When we do our invoices, when we do our prices rather, when we quote a price to a client, I will be very clear. I will normally say it's €100 or €150 or €200 plus the IGIC that corresponds. At the moment, the current normal service rate in Tenerife or in the Canary Islands, the VAT here in the Canary Islands at 7%. So I'll say it's €100 plus the 7%, and that's fine, that's straightforward, because all you do in your invoice is the €100 plus the 7% and then the total. That's the straightforward one. That's the easy one for you to issue an invoice on. Where it gets complicated and where people tend to make the faux pas and put their foot in it is when they say it's €100, IGIC included. What is the tendency of people to do? What we're saying is they take the €100, they work out 7%, they put the 7% above that, they subtract it, and then that's it. And they think it's right. That's not the right way to do it, folks, and it's simple to do it right, and that's the formula that I want to give to you today on this live. So basically, if you charge the client, I think you can see this, if you charge the client a total of €100, all right, although I'm not sure if you can read that right, the key thing is to work out the base figure. And how do we do that? The base figure is what we would work the IGIC or the VAT on. We do not simply take this figure and work out 7%, because that is wrongly calculated. All right. So what we do is, because the IGIC at the moment is 7%, this represents 107%. Okay, just follow me. It's not. You don't have to be a mathematician to get this. You take this figure at this rate. I've taken €100 was the total that I quoted the client, or my client quoted their client. And they bring in €100. So the invoice has got to be done this way. We divide this €100 by 107. We divide it by 107 and we multiply it by 100 and we get the base figure. I'll repeat that again. We divide this figure, the total we've told our clients we're going to be billing them or charging them. We divide that by 107 because the IGIC at the moment is at 7%. If it were at 8%, it would be divide this by 108, okay? and we get the base figure of which all of the taxes, whether if there was a tax retention for professional here on this, it would all be based on this base figure. So what do? We divide this by 107, multiply by 100 to get this figure. In this case, it was, I made a faux pas with, it's supposed to be 93.46, but I'm saying that the 9 at the beginning is the wrong way around. So it's 93.46. And then from this figure, we multiply this by the IGIC that we've currently got, 7%, and we get 6.53. Now the maths adds up. If this plus this gives this, you passed your maths test. All right. So I'll repeat this. This is straightforward. It's not easy, but if you follow this formula, you'll get it. You've said to your client you're going to charge them €100. That's what you're going to bring in money. All right. So that's what they're going to pay you. Straightforward up until there. Because the IGIC or the Canarian VAT at the moment at 7%, what do? We divide this figure, the total that we're bringing in money, we divide that by 107, multiply it by 100, and we get the base figure, which is this. Then, because we need the IGIC, which is the Canarian VAT at 7%, we basically take this figure, the 93.46, multiply it out, and it comes to €6.54. That's the IGIC. If we want to check that we've done our figures right, we add the base figure plus the IGIC figure that we've calculated out using this formula, and it should, and it does, 6 plus 4, 10, etc. You can see that it all adds up to 100. I hope that this is good. We're going to be using it to send out to clients at Tarabiz Condado, so that they get this. The clients, you know, bars, restaurants don't have to issue invoices, or they don't tend to issue invoices, so, you know, they just give the till roll receipt and that's it. But where you've got an activity, a business, where you actually are bound to issue an invoice to a client, and you've told them that the total is this figure, then you can't go on ahead and add 7% the IGIC on top of it. You've got to work this out for your invoice to be correct and to be legal. As far as the base figure for the tax office, for the Hacienda is concerned, and as far as the IGIC is concerned with the Canarian government tax office, you need to work it out this way. So to resume it, I can't repeat this enough because it is straightforward. You've told your client that you're going to be charging a total amount for your services. That this is what they're paying you. You divide this by 107 and multiply by 100, and you get your base figure here. And on this base figure, to get your IGIC correctly calculated, you multiply this 93.46 by 7%, and you get the 6.54. If you've worked out, obviously, you're not always going to be billing €100 for a job. Whatever this figure is, whatever the total is, you divide it by 107, multiply by 100 to get your base. And against this base, you multiply this by the IGIC, in this case 7%, to get your figures. To double check, this plus this must give you a total. Okay. So as always, this is a bit of experiment. I'm not sure, because I'm doing it on the Tarabiz page, so I'm not sure if it'll actually on Facebook. I'm not sure. It does say public, so I'm not sure if every sod is watching this all around the world, and it's really got nothing to do. This is specifically, the theory is you could work this out for VAT back in the UK. I mean, would be, I think the current rate is whatever the percentage is, you add it to 100, divide by that total figure by 100, etc. So it's pretty straightforward, but the idea is that this is for folks that are here in the Canary Islands to help them make sure that they have no problems with either Hacienda, the state tax government in Spain, the state, that's a mouthful, the inland revenue equivalent basically, and this is the Canarian government that we have to pay our Canarian VAT to every 3 months. So folks, again, this is Cochrane Hall from Tarabiz Condado. I hope you've got this. If you have any problems, and even if you're not one of our clients, because this will probably go out in Facebook Live and be out in the cyberspace. So if you have any problems, connect with me on my Facebook on Tarabiz Condado, or on my personal page, which is Karen Cochrane, I have no problem. PM me and I'll certainly do what I can do to explain this to you, because as I said, this is payback, this is giving back. You may not be one of my paying clients, but you certainly do. Most people do need help with this. And not a lot of people, a lot of the accountants here do not have the English or the Irish English that I do. And I also have a lot of knowledge of getting inside people's head to help them with their systems and ensure I mother hen people. That's one of the points of excellence. So I want to make sure that people, I have an expression, or I've copied, paraphrasing something that I've heard, and I love this. Don't give the person a fish, teach them how to fish, and you will supply them with the capability, the capacity to feed themselves for life. Now, I'm not teaching you as an accountant or as a tax consultant. I'm not teaching you to do your own accounts, but I am teaching you something that is vitally important for you to be self-sufficient. You don't need an accountant to show you how to do your invoicing. You may have somebody that does your invoices within your business. Just check that they're actually doing this right. And again, if you need to touch base with me, no problem whatsoever. God bless you all. I hope you have fun and success working out your IGIC and your base figures on this. And I hope that this video is helpful. And we'll speak soon, because this is something that I will be doing quite regularly. I hope to learn how to write the other way around, because Facebook Live twists everything, the image I'm referring to. So anyway, have a great day. God bless. And this has been Cochrane Hall from Tarabiz Condado and clientmarketingsolutions.com. Love you all. Hope this has been good. Bye.